What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? You are now tuned in with Beyond the Chair with my boy Cap. And just later on in this message, you're going to see exactly what I do with this thing here.
Your body's beat by the window seat. Little eyes look high up in the blues and style.
We're back with another episode of Beyond the Chair. I'm with a special guest today. I'm going to let him introduce who he is and what he's doing. D, let everybody know where you're from.
What's happening, everybody? David Noel from Durham, North Carolina. Bull City Stand Up. Southern Durham, 02. University of North Carolina, 06. Current assistant coach with the Greensboro Swarm.
Cool. D, if you would, man, let everybody know what it's like playing for the University of North Carolina, your relationship, what it's like being heavily recruited, all the above.
So, playing for the University of North Carolina, as everybody knows, is greatness. And so it puts a little bit of pressure on you, but from my standpoint, I went in like unexpectedly. And from that point forward, I just knew if I worked my butt off, I could get to where I wanted to get to.
Right.
That was one of the things my mama always told me, that if you work hard, things will kind of happen for you. And so that's the way it was for me at the University of North Carolina. So, and my relationship now with North Carolina is love. Like, we go back often. I was just at practice the other day. Unfortunately, with the Swarm and the Hornets, we did our training camp at the other place.
Okay.
You know, I won't name their name,
yeah.
But we did it at the other place, so I had to go and cleanse myself. You know what I mean? So I had to go and cleanse myself of, get the devil off your back kind of deal. You know what I mean?
And y'all hear that?
Yeah.
He said he had to cleanse himself from the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
That's the only time we're gonna mention them.
Had to get the devil off my back. So after that, man, I was good. Being in the midst of greatness and seeing all the banners and all that kind of stuff. So it was good stuff though.
Okay, cool. D, if you'll let the younger generation know, me personally, I remember when you entered into our conference back in the day, major football wide receiver. A lot of people may not know, but let the younger generation know what it was that you were doing to try to elevate yourself, elevate your game, get you ahead of everybody else.
I would say the major thing was, I think kids nowadays, they try to concentrate on one sport.
Right. I
always thought, especially middle school and at least maybe first 2 or 3 years of high school, playing multiple sports helped you out.
Right.
Like in football, I learned physicality, and you can bring that to the basketball court to understand that I can be physical and not hurt and not be, playing dirty or anything like that. But just the mindset of, if the ball is on the floor, I'm going to get it. And that's what kind of football taught you. And so I think playing multiple sports helps for sure. And then again, but once you're out of that phase of multiple sports and maybe you're into your senior year, then I do think it is skill-based, right? What do I want to get better at? So one of the things that I did every morning, I wanted to dunk.
Right.
So it's crazy because me and my homeboy was just talking about this. Y'all remember the Spud Webb shoes, the platform joints?
Yeah.
And so I used to walk around in those.
All
the
time.
Crazy part about it was I couldn't afford them. So I made my own.
Right.
So I made my own. Like, I took some old shoes, cut off the front of them, and I duct taped them to a pair of old basketball shoes. It was just walking around in them, so I'm walking on my toes all the time.
Right.
Did stuff like, we had steps in our apartment, so I'm doing 10 to 15 to 20 calf raises on each step, then coming down squats. So just little things to kind of, now again, I know people got gyms they can go to and all that kind of stuff now, but back in my day, we had to make what we had work. Right. So I just think just kind of building on that and forcing yourself to get better at your craft is always something special. And even if it's the small little things that people aren't necessarily thinking about or doing, that you do every day, and then down the road it becomes a habit, and now you're light years ahead of people.
It's funny that D bring that up about the step shoes. You younger generations, y'all don't even know nothing about that. We try to get every advantage that we could. And for some of y'all don't even know about East Bay back in the day.
Right.
But East Bay book we would get every so often, could be every month, could be every season. And these shoes had a stepper on the front of them. And if you got those, you was guaranteed to get about 4 or 5 inches on your vertical. Yeah. Guaranteed. But that's just something that all of us had to go through. I remember the guys walking the hallways, walking on their tiptoes, trying to get an advantage on getting faster, trying to jump higher. So, I mean, this was a golden nugget for some of the younger generations, just to let them know what it takes to get you to the next level.
Absolutely.
D, if you would let everybody know, man, even though you were great in football, major competitor, what was the deciding factor to make you say, I'm going to focus on basketball?
You know, the answer, it's crazy. The answer is super simple. I loved it. Like, I liked football. Right. And I loved basketball. And again, being at the time, 6'5" wide receiver, running a consistent 4.5, had ran a 4.4 before, good hands, solid in route running. Like, the potential was there to be really, really good. Right. To great for real. But the love of basketball was just like in me. Like, I wanted to play it all the time. I wanted to be around it all the time. I wanted to get better. And there were so many dudes that were better than me that I was chasing. Like, dudes in my neighborhood. Like we had so many hoopers in my neighborhood where I grew up in Hardy Street, 1200, shout out to 1200. That dudes were just great around me. Right. And so watching them compete every day. And then once I got to the point where I could play with the OGs and all that kind of stuff, we down at Sherwood Park, like, and now I'm dunking and all that kind of stuff. And it just, like, the love of it just kind of continued to grow. And so that's really what it boiled down to. Like, the answer was simple. I was really, really good in football. Like, that's not a question. Right. But the love of basketball, I knew would continue to push me to get better and better and better. And I just didn't know if that would happen in football because football was kind of like a natural thing for me. So that's really what it boiled down to, just the love of the game. One thing I do want to ask, and I like to ask all the prime athletes sometimes, name that one guy from your neighborhood you know he was just as good as you. Maybe didn't get that opportunity to go to college, but you just remember from the ranks of rec to middle school to high school, and we know some guys, some of the best guys didn't even play high school. Right. But who was that one or two guys that you can remember from back in the day in Bull City that you know stuck in your head for all your lifetime? Man, we had so many, right? Like, to name one would be crazy, but I'll give you one that was like, direct closest to me in age. Point guard, his name is Brian Leathers, but we called him Juicy. Okay. Juicy was so smooth with the rock and could shoot that thing. His whole family could shoot it. That's the crazy part. He was the youngest. His oldest brother, or his older brother Bear, and then his older brother Mike. Mike was super smooth, shoot it. Bear, super smooth, shoot it. Same thing with Juicy, super smooth, shoot it. But like when life starts to happen, that kind of deal, like the turns that you kind of make. But I think Juicy was, because he was one of the guys that played with me. That he was the man. Yeah. I was kind of in the back a little bit, and I'm watching him get buckets. I'm like, I'm out there like a fan. And then again, like I said, just life kind of happens. But watching him do what he did, like as we were growing up, because we're on the same rec league teams and all that kind of stuff. It just let me know how much more I had to work and how to get better, little things like that. And the way that he could shoot the basketball, I was like, I got to get to that. Right. And eventually I did. It took a little while, but I got there. Shout out to Juicy. That's a good story to hear about Juicy. Just to throw it out there, man, there's some guys that we grew up with, and just particular for the group that I grew up with. Apple Street Trailer Park, that's where we grew up. Barry and Brandon, they know who they are. They cousins. Brandon went on to play at UNC as a receiver. Barry was his older brother. We had another guy, his name was Omar. We called him OG. But our little neighborhood, man, all around the same age. But you can just tell every day, every summer, competition. I remember my pops used to buy me a goal, and we tore the goal all to pieces. We brought another goal. And you know how it was, people dunking, bending the rim, breaking the backboard, all that stuff. But one thing I do know for sure, it was all love. We would fight. You get in tussles. You think you better than that person. Next day you come right back out. Win, loss, draw, you coming right back at them again. And it's crazy, like you mentioned the goal. So in Hardy Street, we had the goal, right? Right. Like where the goal was supposed to be, the playground. And the crazy part about it is, like, they never really. We would go years without a goal without a rim on the goal.
Right.
And then finally, they put up 2. They put up one kind of closer to my hood, my apartment complex, and then they put in one like closer going towards a store. So we had 2 at the time.
Right.
And so that kind of expanded everything. But again, talking about Juicy, Bear, Mike. So when we didn't have that, we used to take the little Fisher Price like goal.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so we would take the Fisher Price joint, stack like sand and wood and all that kind of stuff on the back of it, put it on like crates and blocks to make it 10 feet. So we're playing on a Fisher Price. And we were playing with the little ball.
Yep.
And so I'm talking about when you talk about, it was battles in the middle of the parking lot on a Fisher Price rim. Yeah. Like it was priceless, man. And again, Juicy could knock that thing down from deep on a Fisher Price rim. Right. So it was one of those deals where it's just like, you know, we did what I don't think kids do today. Right. We find ways to be creative and play outside and just kind of, you know, that camaraderie, that back and forth, that beef, that fight, all of that stuff that happens in those moments kind of make you who you are, you know, going down the road. And again, it creates a competitive nature in you. Yeah. It creates a dog in you, so to speak, to know that, all right, no matter what I face out here in this world, I face this every day right here at the crib, so I know I'm gonna be okay, kind of deal.
It's funny that D bring that up about them Fisher Price goals. Bro, I thought we was the only neighborhood that used to do that, bro. Look, what's so crazy is we used to take a chair and we would load it down, tape it up all the above to get it as 10 foot as close as possible. Put the Fisher Price goal, load it with water. You know, some of you had to load with water. And just like you said, we shooting jump shots. We doing post moves, we dunking, breaking the goal. And what's so funny is, and everybody I think that really loved the game, you always played in terrain that you could really hurt yourself. We had the goal set up on a curve where you basically, if you go too fast, you ain't paying attention. you turning your ankle, you falling, bruising your knees, you taking elbows, all the above, just to say, I whooped you today. I got you today. So that's just all love to hear that even other neighborhoods, great players like David himself, they went through the same battles just like everybody else.
And the crazy part, and again, I know this part is getting a little long-winded, but, but the crazy part about it is, you know how on the Fisher Price goal, when you pull the goal up, you got that little piece.
You got the piece to lock it in.
When that breaks, we used to take clothespin joints, and now you stick it in there, and that's how you keep the goal up.
Look, we stuck something in there to get the hole across. Then we taped it. You know, we done stole tape. We ain't got no business stealing tape.
Somebody duct tape out their parents.
And D gonna tell you this too. You know, you're gonna start off with the Fisher Price ball you're supposed to have. Somebody gonna ruin that, lose it, they get lost, whatever the case may be. We had to find another ball that had just enough bounce that could get you a dribble, and you would shoot with that too. So those were just some good days, man. Growing up, just understanding that you couldn't stay in the house all day. You might have had one friend you can go in the house. He may have the video games, we can chill, stuff like that. But most of the time, we outside balling, football, but baseball as well too. We played all things. So
roll to the back.
Man, all the hood game. And look, the #1 hood game that people don't remember. We was running 40s way back in the day. Nobody don't remember. You know, we running from green box to green box, speed bump to speed bump, mailbox to mailbox. That's just letting everybody know who the fastest in the neighborhood.
That's it.
That was good, bro. That was a good story, bro.
That's dope.
D, if you would, man, let everybody know that special person that you know you can kind of contribute to a lot of your success more in your later years outside of sports. If it's somebody within your family, maybe your wife, whatever the case may be, somebody that helped you along the way.
Man, that's easy. Like, so again, it takes a village, right? So you have multiple people in your life that kind of contribute to your success and how you do it every single day. But that's easy. That's my wife, Holly, man. She's always had my back, and we've been together for a long time. Like we met in my freshman year in North Carolina. She came down with one of her friends, and actually one of her friends, she went here, Brother to Williams. And I know we call it Brother to Williams, but y'all call it just Williams or whatever. We from Durham, so we
Yeah.
say Burleson Williams. So we ended up meeting my freshman year, and then we just kind of connected from
Right.
there. And so and from that day forward, it was like, all right, let's kind of build this thing together. And so we tackled the world. She's always had my back. We have 3 beautiful sons now.
Okay.
Been married for 14 years.
Oh man.
So it's
that's great.
so this is like, she my rock. So, and it's, it ain't always easy. Marriage ain't easy.
Right,
but
right,
at the
right.
end of the day, as long as you got each other's best interests at heart, and she does for me. She's allowing me to chase this coaching dream now after being a player, after putting her life, so to speak, on hold,
Right.
kind of deal, just for me to chase the world and play basketball and all that kind of stuff. So, and again, she's holding us down to this day, and she's always held us down. So that's an easy one, my wife, for sure.
Shout out to the moms out there. Shout out to the wives. They do an excellent job of just picking up the slack, holding everything together, while the husband, the men, we following our dreams, trying to trace everything, trying to put things together, put stuff in play. So shout out to all you guys that just does that behind the scene that don't always get the credit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. D, is it a golden nugget out here that you done kind of read, come across, maybe a song lyric that then kind of just motivated you to keep going, pursue what you're doing now with your dreams, stuff like that?
So the crazy part about that is, so we kind of talked about it earlier. I told you my mama always told me, if you work hard, you're gonna get to where you want to get to.
Right.
So I read something that said, if you work hard, great things aren't promised.
True.
But without it, you have no chance. So I wish I would have knew that earlier.
Right, right.
But that quote for me, like, put everything into perspective. Because, like, again, my mom always told me, like, if you work hard, you're going to get what you're seeking and asking for. But the piece of that is, sometimes you don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that can be tough to deal with.
Right.
Sometimes you work your butt off and the results aren't what you want them to be. But the new piece and the new quote is, but without it, you have no chance.
Right.
You know what I mean? So always give yourself a chance by continuing to work hard. And then, like, I'm on this new journey in life with Christ. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven.
Oh man.
And all these things will be added unto you.
Yes, sir.
And so for a while, I was chasing things. I was chasing happiness. I was chasing, all of these things that they mattered in the human realm of us.
Right.
But all of those things don't even compare to, like, chasing God.
Right.
And so for me, again, this is it's not a new journey for me. I don't want to call it new, but the way that I'm doing it is new.
Right.
So sometimes you have to attack an old thing a new way.
True.
And so for me, I'm attacking this kind of journey with Christ a new way.
Right.
Trying to really, really, really put him first. Again, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and then all of these things will be added. So if I can continue to do that, and again, that's hard work.
That's hard work.
That's hard work. And so if I can continue to take that and move forward in hard work and seeking me first, then I believe God's word.
Yeah.
So I know that all of the other things that I'm asking for will be added in God's timing.
Yes, sir.
Which is, sometimes I'm being human right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be like, hey, God.
Yeah.
Hey, God.
Now, one thing David spoke on is, like you say, our generation when we came up, it's unique because we probably grew up the same way. We had family members in the church. We had people talking to us about God.
For sure.
Even our parents try to make sure we knew the word of God.
Yeah.
But it was also a thing where there was a lot of distractions in the neighborhoods that we come from.
Yeah.
And sometimes that you don't really lean on God until you get older yourself.
Yeah.
You don't understand that in order for you to get to those next steps, God is going to have to plan before you can even see it. And for me, David, same thing for me, bro. It was a long journey. Even my own personal life, I thought I could do everything on my own.
Yeah.
You always think that, okay, I can make the most money I can.
Yeah.
My talent gonna get me as far as I can. But God always opened doors that you guys can't see. So for the younger generation, definitely take heed to that. That's something that you learn as you go through life. Nobody's perfect. it's no date on when you can find Christ, but the number one thing is look for Christ. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't think, you're too far gone. Make sure you search for Christ. I think the new generation coming in, they question a lot of things.
Yeah.
They try to seek a lot of things. And just like for our point of view, we're husbands now. We're the head of our households. Things that may not have been taught to us, we want to make sure we teach it to ours.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect example. I love to hear that, man. That's a great thing to hear, especially from somebody in your shoes that been seeing people at the highest of the height. You didn't travel the world probably yourself, and then always understanding, always seeking God too.
Yeah, it's a key piece. It's a key component, because again, like we are earthly vessels right now. You know what I mean? And so in that, there are times where we're gonna stray. Like you said, nobody's perfect.
Right.
The game that I play and the game that I coach isn't perfect.
Right.
I had a conversation with one of our players the other day. Like, basketball is probably the most human game played. Like, it's just not perfect. Right. And so sports in general. And so, and if we can continue, like you said, to just kind of seek Christ's face in all that we do, and then I think things will become a little bit easier for us. Right. And so that's the journey that I'm on. Again, my own personal journey. I never really try to force it on anybody else, but I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, this is my journey. You can join it, or you can go on somewhere else. It's up to you.
That's good, man. That's good to hear, man. The last question before I let you out of here, man. What do you see yourself doing in the next 5 to 10 years? I know currently you're with the Swarm, coaching now. Do you see coaching in the future? Do you want to go to the next level, which I guess will be the NBA? What do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10?
Coaching for sure. Coaching for sure. I really do feel like I was put on this earth to be a coach. Okay. After my playing career, I retired in 2017. Around 2014 is kind of where I found the love and the passion. And the crazy part about it was those last 3 years that I played, I started to see the game from more of a coach's view. And it really expanded my game over the last couple of years. Now, the downside to that is my body started to go downhill, but my mind mentally, like, I could pick apart the game like crazy. I was starting to watch film and study and little stuff like that. And I watched it from a different perspective. So coaching is definitely in the cards for as long as God got me here on this earth. And so that'll be it for me. And again, I want to be a head coach. I started off as a head coach when I retired in 17. I was blessed enough to be able to go back to high school in my old high school, Southern Durham, and become the head coach there, to what I think successful years as a high school coach, a head high school coach. And now that I've gotten this experience in the G League, I relish the opportunity to become a head coach again, whether that's in the G League, NBA, or college. Like, I haven't closed the door on college. I'm still knocking on that door. So that'll be something. I know with NIL and all that kind of stuff has gotten a little crazy, but at the end of the day, for me, the basketball piece is super important. And so to be able to touch kids or young men at that level in college, where they're kind of figuring out themselves, coming out of high school, understanding basketball a little bit more, I think is super critical. So, and to prepare them for the next level, because I've been there now. So, but yeah, definitely coaching. Okay, cool. Everybody, y'all watch out for D coming up pretty soon. Currently with the Swarm now. Season already started right now? Not yet. Season starts November 7th. And so we'll be kicking off soon. We just had our first scrimmage, and then now we'll move on into the regular season. So our first game is November 10th. November 10th, okay. Before we let you out of here, D, I got one thing. You know, you come down my junior year, and you kind of thrashed us. You destroyed us, Southern Durham to be exact. Remember that. And I know you was a big dunker back in the day. I remember that. Football field, you was an awesome wide receiver. But today I'm challenging you to a free throw challenge. Don't involve anything but the free throw challenge. We got to hit the best out of 5. Now, my first loss was to Tony Carter. I'm coming back for him. But today, I'm redeeming myself on the free throw challenge. I choked at the end last time. I ain't choking today.
So I want to know right now, do you accept the challenge?
Absolutely.
It's no question. It's no question. So we ain't even got to talk.
We ain't got to keep doing
You
that.
already see it right now.
Get up.
He from Durham. Look, he's from
Durham.
Durham. I'm from Burlington. We probably come from the same neighborhood, but just two different cities. But it's going down right now.
Absolutely.
Free throw challenge, best out of 5. Whoever hit the most win. You ready?
I'm with it.
We gang. Let's go. Back, y'all. Beyond the chair. Exclusive. I got you know who over here. Check them out. Now bring the camera back. Now I lost to TC the first game. TC, I see you watching. I'm coming back for my champ. But right now I'm about to whoop David. Bulldogs, my class of 0102. Y'all already know this guy was nightmares on the highlight film. So now I'm about to get us back. I'm about to bring us back with the free throw. Look, D, this is my home court. You already see the home of the Bulldog. You get to choose whatever ball you want. Look, we got a whole rack for him over here, guys. Look, y'all see it right now. I ain't cheating. Whole rack. He can choose whatever ball he wants. Choose your ball.
All right. Here's the piece about this. I didn't grow up as a great free throw shooter.
Right.
Here you go. We'll just take that one.
Oh, he gonna take that one. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, it works.
Oh, okay. This works for me. It works for me.
You had to check it. Oh, did it?
No, it
I
works for you.
was just making sure.
Okay, let me move the rack out your way because I know, you know.
And what we doing? Best out of 5?
Best out of 5. You know, at Williams, y'all already see what we do. You know, we roll out the best. We got the whole rack, so he can't say I've been cheating on him. Look, letting them shoot first. That's how we do. Home court.
You can shoot first.
No. You good. You home court. You got
nervous.
No, this is what we give. This is what we give. This is what we give visitors. This is what we give visitors. So he got to take his first shot. That's all. Oh, he hit that. He hit that. Okay. Okay.
Is it 1-1?
He got one. He got one.
All right. Let's see what you do.
Let me go. Okay, we back. We back.
Do y'all stand on the line right here and stuff?
Yeah, you stand on line right there. Yeah,
Okay.
we stand on line. That's how we do.
I ain't know like how y'all do it.
Okay, we back. We
1-1.
back. I got you. No, I got you. I got you.
Please,
You know,
please.
we back. We ready?
1-1.
You know, let's check it up. You know how we used to do back in the day. You know, we getting our little position right here. We ready. You know,
2 for 2.
Oh, he 2 for 2. 2
Yeah.
for 2. I see him. He been
And
working on the
it's
jumper.
like, nah, I ain't been working on that.
Okay.
I wasn't a great free throw shooter. 60-something% in my career. But just because you challenge me like that, probably gonna be 100
BTC,
today.
y'all already see.
Be 100 today.
He's still been practicing. We ain't got to worry about that. Let's go.
Probably gonna be 100 today.
100 today, he said. We just got hit more than you out of 5.
That's the question.
Oh.
So the question about this whole thing is, this is what I've learned about the game of basketball.
What's that?
And I'll tell you after I make this. This is what I've learned about the game of basketball. You can talk the people out their game. And so he's nervous right now. It's 3-1, and he's bricks. So we're gonna see. Look how nervous he is. Like he finna step to that line. It's pressure. That is a pressure line right there. You see what I'm saying? Look. So all I gotta do is make this one. That's a wrap. So you can just talk people out their game. This is what I've learned in this game. It's a mental game. It ain't even about the free throws. I told y'all before, 67% for my career in free throws, dang near. And that, what you call, ladies and gentlemen, would be game. Because there's no way that he can get back to that. So I'll let him finish his, and I will go 5 for 5, just so you understand. Bull City.
He doing a lot of talking, guys. He doing a lot of talking. Let me redeem myself. I got to get more than one, fellas. I got to get more than one.
Shoot. See, I done talked about his whole game. See? This is what we do, though. And like I told y'all, 67 for my career. Pressure, though. Pressure.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Pressure makes diamonds. 5 for 5.
Oh, he's short. He's short. He got. He's short. He's short. Let's go. Here we go.
I can't believe
we getting out of here with one more. All right, we got one more. D, as always, bro, I appreciate everything you're doing, man. Stopping by. Like you said, we're gonna do a recap on D when he make it to the league. get his first coaching job. We pulling up wherever he at. Make sure we get the recap on him. D, I appreciate everything, man.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you for having
No problem,
me.
bro.
This has been a pleasure. It's been fun, man. I appreciate y'all.
Good.